Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Purple Passion Boutique. I am Ulysses Clark, and I'm here with your Purple Passion Boutique Newsbreak, okay? Your Purple Passion Newsbreak Live starts right now with Mr. Clark. So, welcome here on this sunny Sunday here, but very, very cold. So, we got up into the 60s. Now, our temperature has dropped drastically here in Wisconsin, so it is very, very cold, okay? So, welcome to the live show today again. And today, what is today, right, Queens? Today is Women's Day, right? Women's Day, Ladies' Day. So, welcome, Queens, Goddesses, Ladies, and Divas. Today is your day, okay? And on today, since it is Women's Day, we have decided to make all our live shows for the day 88 cents, okay? Now, we're even going to extend that into the nighttime, okay? Into the midnight. So, if you want a midnight, 88 cents for you today and today only, okay? So, welcome to the live show today, okay? Welcome, 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 ladies, okay? I appreciate you being here. If you are here, you're in this live show, drop a message in the chat. Let me know give me that hello, give me that good afternoon, and let me know where you're coming in from. Tell me about your weather conditions, all right? I hope it's better than mine. I got the sun, but it's very, very cold. Like I said, we went from 60s all the way down, okay? So, and it was cold, okay? Lots of wind, all that good stuff. So I'm trying to get into spring, but it's like it won't let me yet, okay? So, welcome here to this Purple Passions Newsbreak Live, okay? Welcome here. I appreciate each and every you being here. I have a short time today. I only have an hour, so I got to cover a few points. And let me grab my phone while I'm at it, right? I got to cover a few points. And as I cover those points, we're going to move through this process. I'm going to try to get to all your comments. If not, then I should be going through the comments and giving you feedback through there, okay? So if you don't mind, please share this news breakout. Share it to your page. Tag at least 10 people. And as I said, welcome to the live show today, okay? On Sunday, and what's the date today? Today is going to be, let me see, March 8th, I believe, correct? Let's see. Yes, today is March 8th, right? Sometimes I'm a day ahead and day behind. Okay, so what we got? Good morning, Miss Carmen Hauser Blades. Say good morning from a rainy day in Georgia. Oh, my goodness, not Georgia. It shouldn't be raining down there in Georgia. Should be raining down there. Georgia peaches, right? That's what y'all got going on down in Florida. Oranges, right? My mom's out in Florida, so I graduated from down there in Florida. So, okay. But you probably still got high temperatures down there, though, even with the rain. We had rain the past 2 days, and the temperatures, that kind of spiked. Like I said, we hit 60, and all of a sudden overnight, it came back down, and they said we're going to get back into that brutal cold this week, right? So they didn't say any snow, but it's going to be pretty cold. So I'm like, man, it just won't let up. It just won't let us in the spring. But okay, good, good, good. All right, who else we got? Miss Trisha, how you doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Yes, you made it. Thank you for being here, Queen. If you guys don't know, Trisha Michael's in charge of our VIP page, right? The VIP exclusive lounge. So if you're not there, get there. Check out some of the good stuff we got going on over there. She is maintaining that. Miss Madeline Rose, Lady Edmond, welcome, Queen. I know she's out there in Decatur, Georgia. You know what, Miss Madeline, I'm gonna tell you something. Those guys that did this CD, I was saying this about 3 or 4 news breaks ago, and it was crazy. I was thrifting other than I found a CD. It's called Indicator, right? And it took me way back to when that album first came out, so I had to pick it up. But every time I see your name, I think about that album, and I think about, man, I got lucky and I picked it up the other day, so I added it to my CD collection. I got a massive CD collection too. So welcome here. Thank you for being here. Like I said, say hello and let me know what's going on in your area with the weather. Like I said, we're back to cold weather here. Okay, so my wife is still injured, but she's here. She's in the back over there, so she'll be with us shortly. She's taking care of our son back there. But long days, long nights, but we're getting through the process. Okay, so let me see what time I got already. I don't have long, so I don't want to lose too much time. I don't have an hour. Normally, I have plenty of time to talk with you guys, so I'm going to be moving pretty fast today. And I don't have much. I think everything's pretty much been pretty good through the week. We're going to talk about the calendar. We're going to talk about a few other things, okay? So Hello, Miss Gia. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Purple Passion Newsbreak Live. Thank you, Queens, for being here. If you don't mind, please share on your page. Tag at least 10 people. Let's boost this algorithm. Let's get this hopping. I see Miss D-Lo in there. Yep, I got 1 hour. Yes. So I got to be out here pretty quick, right? So by my time, I got 58 minutes. I got to do some quick talking. So hello, Purple Passion Boutique fam. Remember, today is Women's Day. Today is Women's Day, okay? Women's Day. All lives today on our platform are 88 cents. That's including the midnight. So if you want to book a midnight, 88 cents, okay? For you queens, ladies, and divas and goddesses, okay? Specifically for you, you know. And this month is actually Women's History Month. So I will tell you guys just something before I get started. One of the most pinnacle and best classes I ever took in college, right? And that's through community, all the way through U of L, all the way from the beginning through my master's, right? One of the most informative classes I took was women's history, okay? So if you guys didn't get a chance, read it. I think the book we were using had Michelle Obama on it, and then the year I took it, they took her off and went on with the next queen that was decorating that book, right? I still have that book to this day. I keep it there with special history books that I have built on culture, and I'm just telling you that is just a very, very, very great class. So if you really want to learn something in history, that's probably the class I think anybody ideally should take in college, okay? So, you know, I tip my hat off to you, queens. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started, okay? So, again, welcome to the Purple Passion Newsbreak Live. I'm Mr. Clark, and I'm going to be briefing you on our week, things we need to know and know about, things that we need to be concerned about, and just based on how our week went, okay? So, now, thank you to all of you that have shared and tagged, okay? So, now, I want to talk about what I want to start off with is with the calendar, okay? So the calendar is kind of the biggest thing, and the calendar's got so many points underneath it, okay? So, with the calendar, queens. Okay, Miss Evan, that's fine, okay? So, when it comes to the calendar, all issues and concerns should go through our admin effort, Miss Coleman, okay? So with that said, what that means is, okay, is that Miss Coleman, which is our admin expert, you know, Miss Latoya Coleman, you know, she's also a seller on Tutu's Blessing. She's our sister platform, okay? So she does our scheduling and she's doing our calendar, okay? She is in charge of that calendar, which means that she is the one that's there to maintain the calendar, okay? So if you guys got any questions and concerns, that is a person that you need to inbox her and say, hey, I'm having this issue with the live, you know, the first run-to person, the first go-to person, the point of contact, the POC is going to be her. And I say that because what happens is lots of times they go directly to my wife, and all my wife is going to do is get your information. She's going to send it over to Miss Coleman, and Miss Coleman is still going to be directing that traffic over there because that is her job responsibility. That's within her job description, okay? So this is what she's doing. She's maintaining that calendar, and she's doing one hell of a job, and it's not easy, okay? So she is going to be your go-to person. So first and foremost, reach out to her, okay? She's scheduling. And when I say scheduling, what I mean is that actually you guys are supposed to be scheduling. So you guys are supposed to be going in there and clicking on the link, right? Am I correct on that? Clicking on the link.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to be going inside, and once you go inside that link, it's going to bring you to the calendar. You're supposed to be booking those slots, okay? There's no need for you to call and see if that slot is available. The bookings that she's actually scheduling herself manually is going to be our marathons and special events, which has to be booked manually because those days are pulled off of the calendar. So those are the days and the slots that she should be filling manually. Outside of that context, she is, how you doing, Miss Ruiz? She is not to be scheduling. You're supposed to be scheduling yourself. That's why we have the calendar link there. So you click on the calendar link. So for regular lives outside of any marathons or special events, right, then you're going to be scheduling yourself. You shouldn't be calling and say, hey, what do you have available this month? Do you have anything available? That is not what she's there for, because she has too many job responsibilities to stop at each single person and say, hey, what is or isn't available. If that slot is available, book it. If it's any discrepancies coming after that, then trust and believe she's going to be in your inbox. Say, hey, I got to move it, got to shift you. Can you change this? This is what happened. She's going to be giving you the explanation. But if that slot is available, you look through there and find your dates. You book that dates for the slot that you need. I believe that it is 4. Right now, it is 4 links. You've got the Lady Lilac. You got the Magenta package. You've got the Midnight package, and you've got the 10 lives for $33 for this month. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So so that, which I already covered, kind of my next point is.
Hey ladies, I'm here too. So basically, Latoya is pretty busy with what she does, right? So with that said, if there is anything outside of the calendar of your regular bookings, you have to reach out to her directly. I don't have no calendar password. I cannot look into the calendar. She has it all linked to herself, okay? Because this is what she does. Me and my husband, we're doing other things for the platform. So Latoya is the only person that need to be contacted when you guys want a deal, when you guys need to know if we have any openings, etc., etc. So that is only Latoya herself, okay? So, and I would really, and I know you guys do, but I really do appreciate that it's working so well, you know, with contacting her and scheduling and all this. We was yesterday talking with Latoya, and we was trying to see if we can get more things scheduled, like today, like we had the 88-cent one, you know, for April and things like that. So to make it easy for everyone, because I know how it is, you know, the money situation and everything. So we try to make. I'm sorry, Miss Toy, I've definitely been bothering her with scheduling. Yeah, it's okay, you know. She understands, and we had a long talk yesterday and last night too. So she'll be managing, you know, the calendar in the future too. So even better than she does now. So it is awesome.
I'm sorry, Queens. I should have had my bot connected so I can see the comments, and I'm squinting at the phone and I don't know what's going on. So I don't want to miss your comments. This came in.
It's good now. Need something to drink?
No. I think Miss Ellie Larver just said you know, they're saying that they're sending you prayers and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much.
So please share the Newsbreak. So what it is that I sit down, you know, with my admin people, and I just kind of talk with Miss Coleman. If you haven't noticed, Miss Coleman's in your inbox. She's reaching out to a lot of you, you know, sellers and everything. So she's got a lot of additional duties, you know, what we would call in the military, on top of what her main responsibility is, to maintain the calendar, then to make sure the additional duties and responsibilities is a lot. And sometimes those things can collide together, and it takes away from promotion, from us putting together packages and deals for you guys. So understand that when you're getting 88 cents, that's collectively of all of us sitting down and deciding, hey, we want to do something for you guys and try to give back to our community and make things a little bit simpler, put a little extra money in your pockets, you know, right now, because spring break is coming up, right? So we're thinking of, okay, well, you know, they can probably use a little extra money because those children are going to be home, those that have children, grandchildren, etc., right? So when she's running behind doing things that you guys should be doing, then it takes away from, you know, the seriousness of really trying to put money in you guys' pockets and give you guys better advantages and more perks on the platform. So in order to do that, I need everybody to help each other. And essentially that means, hey, if you're coming in there to book, go through the calendar. If that date is available, book that date. You know, it's okay. Book that date. Anything that comes after that, then we'll figure it out. Okay. But let's help each other and let's do it that way. Okay. So, I just want to let you guys know that. So it hasn't been a problem or any complaints. It's just something that, you know, I look back and assess, you know, and try to be more of a visionary in what our affairs are and what we're doing, and say, okay, hey, this is probably how we need to head this off. Okay. And guess what? That calendar is a lot. You know, so like she says, she just said, my inbox is always open. Feel free to inbox her anytime. So it doesn't mean she's saying don't inbox me. You know, if you really need something, inbox her. But you know, the more you can do for yourself on that end, especially with booking, okay, then it's going to help out that whole situation. Okay, so I appreciate you guys working with us on that point right there.
Yeah, and
what you got?
We also have this point of we have sellers on, right? If they cannot reach Latoya for whatever reason and she doesn't respond in 5 minutes, they be in my inbox. And they be like, hey, can you do this and this for me? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to Latoya myself because I don't have calendar access myself. I don't. I really do not have calendar access. I can only look. I can go into the link, you know, and look just like you do, the same thing. So there's nothing I can do for you there. The calendar person is Latoya.
Okay, and then Miss Jackie says, "Are we talking today or selling or just asking?"
This is the news break, Jackie.
This is just the news break right now.
We have
J Lo
at 4:45.
Yeah, this is the news break. We're gonna be on at 4:45 p.m. EST today, along with a lot of great sellers. Okay, so I will cover that in a little bit. Okay, so we covered when it comes to the calendar, all issues and concerns should go through our admin expert, Miss Coleman. And sellers need to understand our admin expert is not here to schedule you. That's what the calendar link is for. Okay, and with that said, if I got any sellers on here right now, okay, I need you guys to take a moment and because I want to try to put you guys through the process. Okay, I want you guys to go to somebody or all sellers if they can. If you have the availability right now, go to the business page and go to the calendar link, and I want you to click on it, okay? And once you click on that business link, I want you to tell me in the comments if that link opens up and what's the next thing you see. So if it opens up, I want you to just put in all caps, put yes, okay? If you're a seller. And I have to do this because I want to make sure everybody sees that the link is working and utilizes that link and knows where to find it. So that link is going to be located right underneath the intro on the page, right, babe? Right underneath the picture. And she said yes. Okay. Whoever goes there and clicks on that link, let me know. There it is right there. Miss Coleman just dropped it in the chat. Okay. That's the link right there. That's going to be the link that you're looking for on the page. It should be in blue lettering, and I want to say it's underneath should be directly underneath the likes, okay? Link is in the comments. Link is in the comments. You can utilize that link too. And if it's not in the comments, Miss Coleman, where in the page do they find that at? Do they find that on it's right underneath the followers and likes, correct? Am I correct on that, or has it shifted? We want to give them the actual method that they're going to look when we're not dropping it in the chat for them too. Somebody utilize that link and let me know what you see. Please. Oh, we went dead. We went quiet. Where's everybody at? What happened? What happened?
What's going on, Brad?
I got them utilizing that link and tell me what to see. I hope I didn't. I don't think I froze. I'm moving. I see myself moving. Okay, the link is located in the intersection of the business page. Okay, you're good. Okay. Has anybody clicked on that link yet? Somebody click on that link. Let me know what you see. I need some participation. I need some Purple Passion community. Okay, you're good. Okay, it works. So okay, so we got it works. Okay. So okay, the next screen, so tell me, the next screen that you see, is that bringing up the four links? Is that the next screen that you see after you click on that link? What is that next page showing you? Is it showing you the 4 links? And then you click on it, click on whichever link you want, and then it should open up. Am I correct on that? I just need to know what's showing on the next screen. And she'll give you the 4 options. Okay, that's the 4. Okay, so Miss so our moderator's here, Miss Knight. Okay, she said yes. Okay, so okay. Hello, Miss Thompson. Okay, so essentially what I wanted everybody to do, I wanted everybody to go through that process, okay? Um so open with the very says kind of how you doing? How you doing, Mr. McCoy? Um so Midnight Matt. Okay, there we go. Midnight Matt. Okay, so what I wanted to essentially you guys to see that when you click on that link, it's going to take you to that page, and your options are going to be there for what you need to utilize for whatever you need. Okay, and once you click on that, it's going to take you inside to the calendar. Now on that third screen, when you go inside, I want you guys to understand that all your information as far as cancellation fees, which are $5, no exceptions. You got the payment link for that is in there. It's got the rules, the do's and don'ts, no inspired items, being on time, don't be late. It's got all those things dealing with punctuality. All those things are inside of there, okay? So I want you guys to understand that that's where all the information is. So before you click on that calendar date, make sure you're switching your time to EST. That is written on the left side of that little square box you're going to see on that next page. All your information is going to be contained in there. Read over it. Select the date if you feel like you still want to proceed forward, and then go from there. Make sure that when you're answering that questionnaire, you're reading the question. You're not just checking yes, because those things that you say yes to is what we're going to hold you. We're going to hold you to that standard, right? We're going to hold your feet to the fire with that, okay? So that's why I put everything in writing. I display it and I let everybody know, so that way you guys can be comfortable and know what's going on with the platform, okay? And it says all sellers, if you access the link, book a live for the future. I'll read this other way. Admin Expert is doing a raffle on a free live special. Okay, you hear that? So it says all sellers, you can access the link, book a live for the future. Admin Expert is doing a raffle for a free live special. Okay, so you can't gain a free live just by booking. Okay, part of our her little raffle that's going on over there. Okay, so thank you, Queens, for being here for the news break. I appreciate you guys. Please share and tag. So I want you guys to be utilizing that link because it's going to help move things, speed things up, move things further, and keep us focused on different areas that we can do to bring you more security within the platform, okay? So we did that. Okay, that's the next point. Okay, so when you're messaging the admin expert, okay, and I think I talked about this last week, give her time to respond, okay? Her, even though I put the hours as 8 to 1700 or 8 to 5, which is COB or close of business, the hours are actually longer than that. It's actually 8 to 11. If we have a midnight, then it's 8 to 3. So that's 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock the next morning. That's how our hours can run. And she's on that schedule constantly, okay? But you got to give her time to respond to meet your needs and your requests, okay? It doesn't help by you message her. She's tracking that comment, even though she hasn't commented because she's dealing with another client. And then within that next 5-10 minutes, we're getting a message. Then we're sending her the message. And then she's like, okay, she just sent me a message either concerning this. So we're spending more time making sure our messages are matching up, because there's too many messages from one seller going around to too many places, instead of letting it go right here and let it work and let it escalate to the next process and the next step, okay? So we kind of got to be cognizant of that. And I want you guys to try to, be patient a little bit more and let that work, okay? Because she's only a one-man show, okay? She's a one woman militia over there, right? I said, man, one woman militia. So please take care of that. And also know that when you're scheduling that live, that your flyers due 24 hours in advance. And I covered that, and that's going to be very simple. 24 hours in advance means that it should hit your page first. It should hit the owner's inbox or the scheduler's inbox, so we can get you on the lineup the night before. That next morning you should be on the video. But also understand that, like everybody says, oh, I'm not getting shared out when I'm going live and all that stuff. By the time your live even takes off on our page, you've already got probably between 10 and 20 shares already, because we're already, when we're putting up that lineup and doing that, we're already sharing that out to 10 plus groups. Then we're putting that video out to however many groups. And then when you go live, whoever shares inside that live. So we're promoting you for that full 24 hours all the way up to your live. You're getting a lot of looks, okay? So once that happens, it's that when you get in that spotlight, own that spotlight, okay? And that's something that I'm going to talk about right here, right now, too, about the Purple Passions Booster, okay? So it's a lot of talk about the booster, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and address it. So don't take anything I'm saying the wrong way, because I'm just gonna give you the idea of why that booster is there, and I'm gonna explain that from not just our platform to Facebook to eBay to all the other platforms that are boosting too. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that everybody thinks that a booster is there. So if you have 100 sales, you should have 200 sales because you have a booster. But a booster is there to I wish my wife was there because she brought in some other points last night with it too, because I have my points. But a booster is there to it's like a fight, right? When you say beat at the flagpole, and I used this example a long time ago. Everybody shows up there because everybody wants to see, everybody wants to know what's going on, right? They want to know what's going on at that fight. But regardless of what grade you're in, if you show up at that flagpole with whoever that other person is, by the end of the day and by the end of the next school day, everybody knows your name, the other person's name, and they pretty much know what happened at that flagpole, right? So what did that do? That gained you a lot more attention, okay? And what happens when you gain more attention from that? When you get a lot of attention and a lot of people looking and a lot of views, then that means that more people are interested in you and what you got to say. So when people are there and those viewers are coming in and you're getting those more looks at what you're doing, then guess what?
I think wait a second. I think there was a lot of misunderstanding going on, because I had
Here's my wife.
I had 3 or 4 sellers messaging me, being mad,
right,
aggressive. One even cussed me out. So okay, so I wanna straighten something out with this. We want to do today an explanation about understand the booster.
right.
What does the booster do for you and your life? And as
which
you
was
guys,
posted on the page too, and I don't know if anybody read that several times.
And what you guys see right now is that I boost everybody's life since the beginning of March. Everybody who goes live on Purple Passion has a booster, because by the end of the month, I want to know if that makes a difference for you. I want feedback from you to tell me how was your sales. Is that better for you? Because I wanna make an explanation today about my husband. Want to make an explanation about understanding booster.
Right.
So a booster would definitely not give you, let's say you have 14 people on, right? And with a booster, let's say I boost you and you have 50 or 60 people watching you, right? That don't mean that you get 50 more sales, okay?
Right.
That's the first thing. Now, my husband will slowly and surely explain what a booster does for you in your lifestyle. Okay. Here you go, babe. Sorry for the interruption.
That was here. I don't need this right now. You have to call him back. He just tried to call me in the middle of this. And like I said,
okay.
So let me cover down on that, okay? So I had a phone call that came in, so I let my wife take it. It's a misunderstanding on there, right? So when we initially started this whole thing, right, and we offered it, I put it out on a Gamma. I put it out on the page. Then had the next set of issues. I put it out on the page again. I came in and talked about it. So it's really a misunderstanding, misconception, okay? So a lot of people get on there and they're frustrated, right? And I've seen a lot of people when they get the booster, you guys start singing different, start talking different, start moving different, start smiling more. You're like, yeah, I got the spotlight. And guess what? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to own that spotlight, okay? Because that at that time, we're putting that spotlight on you and say, okay, now it's your time to go, okay? Because when you go live, I want you to understand that you're looking at right, there you go. It draws more viewership. It doesn't gain more sales. I tell everybody, no matter how much I train you and what I tell you, when you step into that live show, you're still the one selling that item, okay? So when you have that spotlight, you got to own it. When you're live, you've got 1,000 other people live at the same time on different platforms in different areas, okay? So you're actually, your algorithm, everything you're doing is kind of in competition with everything else that's going on, okay? So when we do that, we're giving you more viewership, and some of those people are going to be viewing and just watch and say, okay, I like what's going on, and they might not buy anything. Some might buy one thing just to see how you ship, what you do, and if they want to spend more money with you. It's all kinds of different perks. But one thing you got to do is you got to own that spotlight, okay? And, you know, the complaints my wife got, you know, I felt like that, you know, when they get the booster for free, there's no complaints. When they pay for a booster, you know, because you can't always have it for free because everything in life isn't free. But when you pay for it and it doesn't turn out the way that you want, then the madness comes. And I feel like, okay, let me give a better explanation. Maybe it's a misunderstanding thing that can go on. Okay, so boosters can be purchased for $5, and you can also sponsor a seller of your choice. Yeah. So and I want you to understand that if you want to sponsor or boost yourself, you can do it within Facebook, but it's gonna be the same repetitive thing, and it's not gonna be. I can tell you, it's already not gonna be like how we do it, and it's gonna be rough because Facebook's gonna say, hey, you pay me $30, $40, I'm gonna boost this and that. It's gonna span over this amount of time. It's gonna be the same thing. Go to eBay, they're gonna have the same thing. You want to boost here, you want to boost there, you want to get more views on this. And that's on the item that you're selling on eBay. Now, it's going to bring you more views, right? But it doesn't mean because you get those more views, that item is going to sell just because you purchase a booster to view your item on there. So I want you to understand that you're still in charge of selling that item. But if we can bring more people to the table for you to look at you, if we can bring more people to see what your business has to offer them, if we can bring more people in there, to spread out and boost your algorithm and get you larger, and open your mind up to different things too, because sometimes when customers come, they bring ideas to you. Like, for instance, Miss Ivy was talking to us about getting what you call size. I don't know what you call them. Matter of fact, I just show you. Okay, so I put these on, but they got different ones, right? This has a size on it, so when I'm grabbing an item, I can already look at the size, right? So, Miss Ivy is not one of my day one shoppers from day one when I first opened up, but she came later on. But that came in through boosting, okay? And when she came in, she's brought ideas and different things that I've taken and utilized right here in my business. So you never know what that effect is going to be with a booster, okay? So that's what I'm trying to explain to everybody. Everybody thinks, okay, if I have 14 sales, I'm guaranteed 28. But my wife, she's on Etsy, she's on eBay, she's on all these different places too, right? And I can tell you, you go to eBay and you post a shirt on there, and they're like, hey, we can give you 45 more viewers if you pay me $14.99. That item can still sit there and not sell. It does not mean the item is going to sell, okay? But what it can do, it can change your means and methods. It can change how you go about your business. Because I see a lot of you queens smiling like, yeah, the spotlight is on me, and I want you to feel that way. It's going to amplify you and amplify what's going on, okay? So that's kind of one of the things that I want to explain with you guys, because I don't want the misconception of what's going on. I don't want people, upset, because my wife took three personal phone calls, and like I said, normally the escalation of services, should go through me. But like I said, people don't call Mr. Clark. A few have. I said maybe 2 or 3, and I got cussed out, a couple times, but that ended up in a laughing matter at the end of that whole conversation. But it's like they run the jump on it without understanding. And I posted this content. I'm like I always post the content. I'm always available for questions. I'm always leaving that open door policy there for people to come and talk, and let's discuss exactly what things about you, what the X factors are, and let's find some type of solution. It's not beneficial for me, it's beneficial for you. But I think more people take the time to go, and they'd rather badger somebody to vent and get off their frustration than really get to the point. And the point is that people are doing this for money. You want more sales, you want to know how to boost the business, you want to know how to bring better marketing to your business, okay? And there's just a means and methods to do it. We try to give you guys means and methods, to help you too. I mean, because I think today everybody's getting a free booster on my wife. She's doing that whole thing for everybody today. So which is good. That's our way of giving back too. So when you're receiving free things, it's our way of giving back to you guys to let you know that we appreciate you. And we hope that you guys appreciate us. But I don't want you guys to get the misconception of what's going on. If you're frustrated, it's okay. Come and talk. Come talk to Mr. Clark. Come ask what's going on, and let me bring you a better explanation. Let me help you get to that point of where you can feel good and comfortable again, before we let the madness take over and we say and do things just out of the ordinary and unnecessary. Okay, because it's not that serious. For this business is not something where I think that anybody should just and just lose it over. Okay, it's not. It's ways to go about it and ways that we can just take care of things and do things better. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that. So my wife got cussed out. She took it. I would say she took it like a G. I started calling her nothing but a G thing from from Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, right? And we were laughing about it. But on top of her situation, she took it. I say when it rains it pours, right? But it's good because
why does this also happen? This happens.
Oh, she's back. Look at her. Look at her. Nothing but a G thing is back, guys. She's back. Look at her.
but this only happens because of people. It's a lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding, right? Right.
This is why people get mad. This is why people, because they think, I get boosted, so with this booster, I should make double sales.
Right.
It's a logical way of thinking. Because if you look what Facebook put out, you can, like my husband explained, you can boost yourself with the Facebook. Right? Before you go live, Facebook is asking you, do you want to boost your live? And then you have to first pay for that on Facebook, and there will be definitely not $5 or not 10, because Facebook is giving you the reach. It'd be like, do you want to be by 1,500 people seen, by 3,000 people seen, by 10,000 people seen? And then it goes $20, $35, $50.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how Facebook advertises, and this is how you see sometimes sellers, they have 600 people on, or 850 people on, and then you'd be like, how?
So I won't get 250 sales.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Well, you never know. Might be somebody.
Now, if you take that Facebook booster for that 1,400, and you give your paycheck for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So basically, a lack of understanding is that people don't read themselves into the material.
Right.
Of what is it doing? What does it do for your business, and how to use a booster correctly. Okay. So and like I said, I will boost everybody's life till the end of the month. Everybody's life. And if I forget someone for whatever reason, I might be down in the hospital or whatever, not gonna work. But I have a backup, that is managing the page too, and she is she's buying those boosters. So I have to buy boosters. Boosters are not free.
Right.
I cannot get it for free, and nobody. So we all have to buy it. So if you want one in the future, you have to buy two, right? And you guys been ordering boosters. But what I'm saying is I have to buy these boosters too. I don't get it for free.
Right.
So I will boost your lives, all your lives, till the end of March.
Right. So my wife's saying she's going to boost. Feedback. She said she's going to boost all lives until the end of March, and she wants feedback if it makes a difference, how your sales are doing.
Make a difference. Yes, honey. Yes.
So she wants to know. And I'm going to be able to scrub it too, because I'm going to be able to scrub it from your lives through data, and which is what I do. I had a seller one time and said, "Hey, I didn't get any shares. I didn't get this and that." Right. So what I did was I took this seller. The seller got mad and said, "You know what? Forget you, Purple Passions." So I went and collected this data, right? And I went and looked at this specific live show, and I looked at from how many shares she had prior to the live, from when she sent her flyer. And mind you, she didn't send it 24 hours, right? And then I looked at how many she had inside of it. And then I looked and I saw that she had 28% of the people, of new followers, out of 100% for being on a page 3 times, right? So I said, okay, so you got 28% more new viewers, right? Now, when I looked at all together, she had 28% out of 100 new viewers, right? Then I start looking at, just viewer content, and it'll tell you how many is within the 50, I think the 50 to 65, this with 55 to 65, and it'll break down those categories, right? It'll break that down. Then it's going to break down how much came from what we did and what Facebook did. I don't know if you guys understand this, but you can look at that too. So automatically I looked, and I basically had just that person being on the platform, I'd already killed Facebook. Okay. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, well, this person doesn't understand the data. Let me contact this person and say, hey, look, I want to sit down and explain this to you so you can understand exactly what you're looking at. What is your monetization? What is the audience that you have for this one? What is your audience you have for the last one? And the person didn't want to talk, right? you know, but I sent a message to and let them know. I said, hey, my door is open if you want to talk. But lots of times we make brash decisions without understanding what's going on, and you have to read yourself into the stuff. And I'm not the guru. Only thing I've chosen to do is to read myself in, because my wife is involved in the same business that you guys are. So I read myself into this stuff to understand what is going on. What is going on in meta business? Meta business is something that I'm forcing myself to learn now, because that's what everything is moving to. So we have to read ourselves in or into those things, right? And so lots of times I take those situations, I turn them into training methods. I take all that data, I break it down until it's self-explanatory, and then I post it on the page and nobody reads it. Then we get phone calls from people that are cussing you out. They're mad and upset. And I'm like, man, I've put this up 3-4 times, you know? So I'm just, all I'm saying is that, you know, take your time with this business. You know, some days are not going to be good. And when those days are not good, you're going to be upset. And that is okay. Okay. It said Jesus got angry and sinned not, right? That's what it said in the New Testament, right? So that means that obviously he got upset and it was okay for him to be upset, okay? But it's the action that you apply after that that makes the difference, all right? You quit, you give up, you cuss this person out, you get mad at home, you don't talk to people. That's not good, okay? Don't take on that vibe when it's something that you can read yourself in, or take a step back and say, hey, I want to feel better, and you know, wait till I feel better to address the situation, okay? And I appreciate those of you that have came to address issues after you've calmed down and we've talked, okay? Because I hope those talks have been meaningful, because they've been meaningful for me. I'm not always right, you know, and like I said, things can get misunderstood, and you can say things sometimes to make people feel a certain way. But, you know, when you come back and communicate it like I'm communicating now, it's a beautiful thing, because then you start understanding where people are from, what they've been through, why they took certain things a certain way. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe I need to do this a little bit better. Oh, hey, it's a better way. I could have said this, even though you may think it's the best way that you said something, all right?
Or you just do it like me. I'm never mad. I'm just getting aggressive, open the window, and toss my phone out.
Oh, my wife said, you do it like her. She's never mad. She just opens up the window and throws her phone out the window, all right? So it's always options, right? So I'm just saying, I want you guys to understand that it's a lot of different ways to handle situations, okay? And like I said, I'm not running away from anybody cussing me out. I'm not running away from no shotgun blast. I'm actually not running from anybody. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If we're going through this, we're going through this, okay? You know, that's just how I am. You know, I've been in the military too long. There's some stuff you can't run from, so there's no sense of running, you know. But what I'm saying is that what I've learned from my community is that everybody in my community is different. Everybody in my community is special. And everybody in my community has needs, you know. And I'm not just talking about the health needs. I'm just talking about period, okay? And there is just a way that you address things with each and every one of them, you know. So don't be afraid to reach out, communicate, and we're going to be fine, okay? And let me get into these comments and see what I missed, okay? Let's see. No, I'm not talking. No, I'm not. You know what, Mister? I'm not talking about you. You know, like I said, you're like my older sister. You know, and I know exactly how she is. You know, and guess what? When she calms down, she's gonna be fine. And look, I have a few sellers that, and I got one that's spicier than you. So I got some that are spicy. I got some that don't want to be spicy, and they'll wait a couple months before they come talk, but they do. Okay, so like I said, and I got some that are emotional. I got some that are so worried about doing the right thing that they worry themselves sick because they think they made a mistake when they haven't made a mistake, and they're so worried about their image and how they look by how things transpired and how things get done. Okay, so I've got a lot of different people that I've just dealt with over the time, and it's good because I've learned to, you know, accept all those different types of things, and they learn to accept the way that Mr. Clark is doing things, right? And Mr. Clark, sometimes I do things and it's like. It's like, you know, and it's not meant that way, and I don't think it's that way, but that's how it's taken by how I do it, and it can go wrong, you know. So, you know, and like I said, I'm not always right. I think the biggest thing that I've gotten from everybody is that you guys give too much grace, because I you know, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm not even giving that much grace, but I'm giving grace, right? And your grace can easily just, man, it could just be just twisted the wrong way, and it's terrible, you know. That it happens like that, because I've seen sellers when my wife started off that before we even opened the platform, I was like, man, one day I would like to see that seller on my page, and that seller's not even there. And then when I find out what happened with that seller had so much frustration, so much stuff going on that seller just left the whole industry. Period. You know, I was like, man, I would like to see that seller over here, you know, doing that if we ever went that far. And, you know, sure enough, we weren't intended to be here, but we're here, right? So it's just, you know, it's just a lot of different things. You know, I want you guys to see that this is a community where you can grow, and you can grow even from conversations with each other and figuring out how to talk to each other and what's going on, you know. But it can't always be one way. I'd rather take the lesson stool down and work with you than be right and you be upset, and then we have that conflict of interest every time. For me, it's not worth it. It's really not. And I pray all the time. I tell God all the time. I say, who's supposed to be there for me, keep them in my life. Keep those people in my life and keep them refreshing me with goodness, and let me be able to refresh them with goodness too. Keep them in my life. But those that those that are not good for me, take them away, because I don't need that drama. All right. And that's what I pray for, you know, because he gives you the desires of your heart. He's going to push things in the right direction, you know. So that's just kind of my prayer all the time, you know. So if there is no stress, there'll be no stress, right? You know. So when I'm wrong, Roman Salute say, "Yeah, he's talking about." No, I'm not talking. Miss Tanya, you know, I'm not talking about you, you know. But that's how I think that we all should be like that. We should want the good things in our life, right? You know, let's not have the negative things in there, you know. And things are gonna make us upset. It's okay, you know. That's normal. That we got to stop acting like we're not human and that everything just rolls off our shoulder and rolls off our back. It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't. Some stuff gets stuck on our back. Some stuff makes a stain. Some stuff, you know, you got hit. Some, you know, things bother us. It's okay. Okay, it's perfectly fine. It's all about how you deal with it. Okay. So you know, I learned that from here or at home. You know, I learned a lot from my mother. Like I said, my mother. I tell you something about my mother. The pastor, my mother never cried in front of me. Never. You know, and it was lots of hard situations that I learned. You know, she didn't tell me it was wrong to cry. She never told me that, but she didn't cry in front of me. And when tears needed to be shed, it was a reason for them to be shed. But it was definitely no crying for no reason. Okay. So when I went into the military, when I saw people crying and breaking down, I wasn't doing that. Not because that things didn't affect me, it's because I knew it was a time for everything. It was a time and place, okay? And that's where I gained a lot of my strength from. So on Women's Day, I shared that with you. She is probably the epitome of strength. I mean, she is a pillar. We call her Sergeant Rock for a reason. My mother's 5'1". She was a 400 on her PT test. The scale's only 300. She was doing paratrooping, jumping out of planes. She was everything the males was doing. She was doing. She was on the track team with the men, dusting them. I remember seeing her doing this as a child. She was nothing to play with, but she had to work and prove her respect all the way through. And during that time, when women were in the workforce, it was rough because you only made it two ways. And one way you didn't want to make it, the other way you have to just bite down and grit your teeth and go through it. Okay, so I tip my hat off to her. You know, she was strong. You know, said I like what Tanya Alicia about the engagement and the lies. Sometimes, yes, you said 15. Sometimes I watch for the engagement. I'm always looking for things I know others might be interested in and direct them to the seller's page. Mm-hmm. To learn what they live. Praise God for your mama. So yes, so you know she's just how she is. You know, my mother is 65. She just took off her heels. I think at 63. You know, still moving around. You know, hard to see her with the cane now because she was always so active. You know, with the gray hair, but she's still tough. She's still strong. Now she's imparting that wisdom in different ways to us. You know, but that was just how it was. You know, you get up and you keep going. She always used to say, when you dig yourself down in a hole and you can't go any further, the only thing you can do is look up, you know. And there's no better help than bending down to pick somebody up to help them versus, you know, trying to climb away and move away from whatever that situation is, bend down to help somebody. So I learned a lot, you know. So, you know, teamwork makes the dream work is very true. You know, there's no I in team, but there's a me. And that means the me inside that can make you selfish. But if you're part of that team and you believe in the dream, then you're going to be willing to help people make that dream work and pull everybody inside that dream and let their dreams to become your dreams and let everything work together. Okay. So that's what I want to kind of deliver to you guys today on Women's Day, you know. And like I said, you know, I'm not a mama's boy either, but I love my mother. You know, my mother had me out there early as a man, you know, and saying, hey, you need to be doing this and that, you know, because back then survival was love. We got our hugs when we needed them, and she taught you to survive, and that was love, you know. And I think the best feeling I get is that, you know, when she stands and she's proud, I'm proud of the man that you became, you know, through all the aches and pains, you know. That's the kudos, you know, in my life, you know. So, she's she's tough, but like I said, she's beautiful. Now, what is she doing? Helping veterans get their benefits for free. She's just doing all their paperwork, doing all the stuff, and she says she loves to do it. But what was she doing in the military? The same thing, helping the next person. My mom has started bus ministries. My mother used to take in children in bus ministry when they didn't have baths and food. She used to bring them into home and take care of them, put them in church on Sunday. And I can show you some of my friends that I grew up with, that became it's like sons to her, it's just how she is. Everybody loves Miss Mary, she just stopped volunteering at the Alpha Omega home for the teen pregnancy women down in Florida. So she does a lot. So, I can only hope to be that good. I don't know if I'm gonna match up, but I'm gonna make my own footprint though. Like she always say, make your own footprint. Do what you need to do. So, and then when her and my wife talk all the time and then they leave me out, it kind of makes me upset. So, I don't appreciate that, babe. I don't appreciate that. You stealing. You stealing. What? I better be quiet before she don't cook for me, right? I better be quiet, right? Wait till man's heart through his stomach. I better be quiet, right? But no. Say my boys or mama going there protect me. All right, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But that was actually kind of the two things that I actually wanted to cover. And actually, that's actually pretty good, right? Because knowing we're talking about so many different things on here. But like I said, I think the community is thriving right now. If there's anything that can get better, let me know. Miss Ivy, like I said, she came and she said, hey, why don't you get some tags showing the size of your clothing so that way you're not having to take the time to look inside to see what the size is. Excuse me. Get you some size tags and put it on the hanger too, which I think is a superb idea, right? So I went and did it. I'm like, okay, this is a whole lot easier because you guys see me, right? I'm fumbling for everything. I can't hold the bra straight. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to find the size. I'm looking all in there. Yeah, I'm on the wrong part. It's on the other side. I have to give it to my wife. It's a mess up here, right? So somebody mentioned that in their live too. They said, hey, Mr. Clark couldn't hold a bra right. Okay. That's embarrassing. Okay. I'm still embarrassed about that. It's not even cool. So, it can't help, if you kind of struggle in that department. So, and then the other one, she said that, get your devices dedicated solely to your live show. And when you dedicate it, it's just connected to the internet strictly for your live shows. You're not getting all the notifications and beeps and all that stuff like we had the last time, which out of the blue, I don't know why that picture wall drop started going crazy like that, but it did in the middle of the live. So I want you guys to understand that was something that she brought to the community too, that she mentioned. So I want you to understand we got a lot of great sellers today. We got doubles coming up. Huh? Yeah, so don't forget the spring marathon. Okay, that's coming up 15th through the 21st, spring marathon, right? My wife yelled at me from the other room, right? Don't forget about that. Come be involved. Come be a part of it. Come support it. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the 15th to the 21st, those lives can only be booked manually through our admin expert, Ms. Latoya Coleman. Okay, so make sure that if you want to participate, you reach out to her. She's going to square you away. Today is Women's Day. All our lives are 88 cents. Even the midnight lives are going to be 88 cents. My wife is boosting all the way through the end of the month on her. She wants to know what the difference is at the end. Okay, today we will be live. I think Miss Drennan is going to be on. If I remember, I think she might have a double. Miss D'Lo has a double. It's a lot of doubles. A lot of people that's going to be on today. Come check them out. I'm going to be on from 4:45. Am I on today? Or are you on? I'm on. I'm on for 4:45. I'm not look. I mentioned I don't have no bra there. I got one bra on here. I don't think I'm touching it. Okay, I don't think I'm messing with that bra over there. But I'm gonna be on. So it's gonna be part 2 of Smoke. All right. So got some new things for you guys to check out. Some really nice things too as I'm standing around looking. So you guys be there, be square. And then after that, I will be invoicing from the other day. So we had a live date, had 2 days in between going live again. So that way it kind of saves you on shipping. So get in here and shop. So your shipping is matching what that invoice is going to look like going forward. Okay. We are starting at $750. Internet $920. Anything else we're covering down on. And if it needs to be less, then we're doing that too. Okay. So we're working around that whole situation. All right. With that said, I think, did I cover everything? Yeah. Okay. I think I covered everything. Now, do you guys have anything for me before we get out of here? Let me grab my other phone. Who's coming in after me? Okay, so Miss Delo's Fashion is coming in next, Mr. Loris. Okay, so I got 12:52 on my phone. So it's gonna be Miss Dolores, Farmer Broadens is gonna be next. Delo's Fashion, she's coming in hot after this. Then it's gonna be us, and then it's going to be that's right, Toy, you're right. And it's gonna be Miss Melissa Drennan after us, okay? Now invoicing, okay? I want you guys to be checking your invoices, okay? Sometimes you guys may get an item, right? So I sent out a package, and that person may or may not know, but I refunded them for the item that they wanted, but I still sent them the item, okay? And that is because they wanted the item. The item wasn't favorable on my side, so I refunded and sent the item. I don't do that all the time, special circumstances, special cases. But I say that to say this, right? Sometimes you'll have an explanation for something on your invoice, or I might say, I seen you shop 10 live shows with me, so I'm going to give you 10% off because you shop 10 live shows with me. You shop 5, I give you 5%. I need you guys to start understanding your invoices and reading them. I need you to check for your name automatically. Put the bra on the hanger now to help for later. No. No. Hold on. I got it now, don't I? Look at this. Hold on. Look at that. And it's got bling, right? I like bling, you like bling. Look at that, right there in the middle, okay? I don't know why she's still sitting here. All right? Let's look for that size, okay? Size going to be back here on the back strap right here. She's going to be a size 40/90. I don't even know what that size is. And all the little clamps are working here in the back, okay? Let me go ahead and clamp that up for you guys so you guys see that. Ta-da. Look at that. And she's nice and soft right there. She's got the lace coming all the way around the outside. And she's got the good padding in there, right? Yeah. I graduated, right? Did I graduate? Did I do a little bit better? Just a smidget? A little bit better? Oh, man. She's like, Miss Edmond, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. You can get me in all kinds of problems, all right? So, check your invoices. Make sure your invoices are squared away, okay? So, no, I cannot be your new model. Oh, you said put it on a hanger? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have it on a hanger for you. Matter of fact, that might be the first item I show. Okay? So, she said the clamps. I don't even know what you call those things. I'm gonna call it all kinds of different stuff, right? So what you guys are there to correct me, all right? But no, check your invoices. Make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. Make sure everything's added up correctly. Make sure it's your name on there. You're not paying somebody's invoices, and make sure it's matched up to your numbers and your screenshots that you're taking for your items. Okay. And with shipping, we're not making anything on shipping. Sometimes shipping will work where they will not put that first scan on it. It'll look like it's still at home station, and it's not. It's actually at the post office. So I want you guys to be checking your tracking and making sure that your tracking is working. And sometimes it may not show until it gets on your porch, but make sure you're checking. If you need to let me know anything with it, reach out. I'll give you the tracking. And the email should go out. If it doesn't, but I will square that away for you. If you know, I will try to call your post office. I will call my post office to get an answer, and then I will contact you and let you know what we come up with, okay? So, with that said, did I miss anything? Let's see. Okay, put it on the hanger, help me show it better? Okay. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. Do y'all provide training on how to use the Lower Shop bot? Yes, we do. I still didn't suggest a post so the people who don't do direct contact can leave their great info. Okay. Okay. So we need to do that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Trisha, for that. Okay. So I think that's it. Do you guys have anything for me? Anything at all? Anything? Okay, and if you guys don't know what's going on with our platform, I want you guys to research our platform, look up our platform, study our platform before you jump on. Look at what sellers are on there, what they're selling, what they're doing, how they're moving. I want you guys to do your homework before you jump on our platform and before you jump on any platform, all right? That's going to help you decide how you're going to approach going live on our platform, okay? If you have any questions, reach out. I have an open door policy. And if you get with my admin expert, she's been in these thrifting streets for a long time, right? So she like the Tupac, all eyes on me, double this out, and run the streets, right? So that's what she is, run the streets and nothing but a G thing in there, right? So check them out, and they'll be able to answer some questions for you too, okay? Spring Marathon's coming up. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys have a blessed one. I'll see you guys again very soon. Stay tuned for the next seller, Miss Dolores Farmer Brodniks. And that is going to be D-Lo's Fashion. You guys be blessed. Mwah.